Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Rise Up, Be Me. Rise Up, Be Me is a body-mind energy healing system. It's a connection between you and your soul when you get it and you understand that it's you that's carrying the problem, but it's also you that can heal the problem. If you have a human problem and you can't understand how to heal that problem, then the only solution is the soul's journey to understand why you're going through that problem, which is what I call the solution to the human problem. Today I want to run through a few symptoms that you might be experiencing. These are the symptoms that I went through to discover my greatness within my soul, because my soul knew where it was going, but I, as the human being, had no idea. So I'm going to run through and read from my journal, from my books to you to see whether or not you have these symptoms. So let's begin. So bear with me. There's quite a few, but let's see how many you can tick off. Okay, so what we have. So this is the transformation process. You feel something isn't right. You feel you have forgotten something. The outside world is unimportant. Personality and fun disappears. You sense you are being watched. That's a good one. Fear has become your guide. Your confidence has diminished. You feel depressed. What's the point of it all? No point. Sleep patterns disturbed, dreams, visions, and nightmares. Can't seem to think about tomorrow. You feel shut away. Your mind wants to kill you off. A very dangerous point that is. Emotions become heightened, which means you cry a lot. Mind and emotions are arguing all by themselves. Body aches, overwhelming tiredness. You feel you're just not functioning. Suicidal thoughts. Hundreds of questions with no answers. Spirit sightings. Psychic awareness starts to happen. You like spiritual things. Synchronicities happen. The doctors can't see anything wrong with you. Excuse me while I turn over the page. Your mind is communicating with something, but what? You can't understand friends and family anymore, and they cannot understand you. You may write a lot. You have big highs and very low lows. You pray to God a lot. You feel totally different, as if someone has taken you over. If you are having these, you are having a spiritual awakening. This is what we call the calling. If you follow the calling, you will be okay. If you don't, you will be going to the doctors. This is what we call spiritual transformation. There's a lot of symptoms, I agree. But these are symptoms that will spiral your life out of control. If you have these symptoms, my guess is this: it's all to do with the soul. It's getting you to understand something. Here's the strange thing that I discovered. When I went through all of these, because I did go through all of these, this is why they've been written down, because I couldn't quite understand why. I do have the answers to all of these now, but what I discovered is these were the symptoms that gets your attention. So therefore, when you're busy on the outside world, you're busy, busy, busy. But when the outside world stops and you're not busy, into the inner world you will go, and here you will discover all of these complaints. How did I answer all of these complaints and symptoms? Well, I can say now quite simply, it was my soul getting my attention to have a look at what I was going through that I had no idea of how and why. You've heard me speak about the Be Me being because it was the body-mind energy, the body-mind experience, the body-mind emotions that were getting me to understand the true gift of healing. If you are going through all of these problems, seek more your answers towards the spiritual. But I would suggest you go in and start to resolve some of these symptoms and start to answer some of these symptoms. So therefore you could turn around and say, okay, well, I feel depressed. I'm going through a very depressive time. Sometimes the mind tells you that you do not know why, but come on. You do know why. If you come from a depressive background and your upbringing was depressive, then your life, yourself in life was feeling that life was depressive, then you have an answer. But once you get to that answer, it's like you've got to start ticking off some of these boxes to say, okay, I'm depressed because. Always write that down in your journal. I am depressed because. Put a question mark, let it simmer. I love that word, simmer. Let it simmer. And then start to answer your own problems to depression. Now, answer them honestly. And once you start to ask them and write them down honestly, then you will start to resolve something that is within you. But if you keep denying it, see, you'll never get to the true meaning of why you are depressed. Be Me, hopefully my channel is helping many people out there because this information isn't available anywhere else. This information was given to me through a series of events and experiences that put me through all of them symptoms. Now, to me, before all of this, I never had not one of these symptoms. But they did. They all came crashing in. And so therefore, there was something in my soul that said, well, if you want to be a healer, then you need to know how to answer these questions. So it's almost like going back to school. So it seems like the soul is the teacher, right? You are the pupil. So therefore, you need to listen to your soul, connecting to your soul right from the level of the soul. Now, sometimes when people write their answers, they don't believe them. Now, that is also part of the process. You won't believe the answers at first because they're too brilliant. That's what happened to me. It's like with Beamism and Mbeki and IC Beamy, the Beamy way, the Heartist way. It took me some time to really understand the message, to be able to speak with it fluently as a truth. And that truth comes through me now without the human being blocking my way to be able to deliver this message. So, understanding the soul is very important to your journey of life. Once you do start to understand the soul, that's where you can understand happiness, joy, and all of these great words that spiritual teachers speak about. But I bring it through in a simple Western English version of understanding that if you follow the body, your mind, and your energy, just 3 things, you can work out everything within your life. My name is Trevor, and I'll see you on the other side. Take care.